Have you noticed that pickleball seems to be getting more and more complicated every year? Every time you open YouTube, somebody's talking about a new shot, new strategy, new grip, new technique, a new way to dink, a new way to speed up the ball, a new way to attack. Everybody wants to learn the two-handed backhand. And before that, it was the ATP, the Ernie, the shake and bake. And if you're a 3-0 or 3-5 player trying to improve, it can feel like you're constantly falling behind. Like everyone else got the memo, and you're the only one still trying to figure out what you're supposed to work on. You've even caught yourself thinking, maybe the reason that I'm stuck is because I don't know these advanced shots. Maybe I need to learn the newest techniques. Maybe everybody else is evolving and I'm getting left behind. But here's the biggest lie in pickleball right now. The lie is that you need to keep up with all the new stuff in order to improve. You don't. In fact, for most players, chasing all the latest techniques is exactly what's keeping them stuck. While everyone else is trying to learn 20 different shots, they're neglecting the few skills that actually determine who wins most amateur matches. And that's what I want to show you today. Because over the years, coaching hundreds of players and competing against players at every level, I've noticed something interesting. The players who improve the fastest aren't usually the ones with the fanciest games. They're the ones with the simplest games. The players who move from 3-0 to 3-5, from 3-5 to 4-0, from 4-0 to beyond usually aren't doing more, they're doing less. They're focusing on fewer things, mastering them, and repeating them over and over again. So today, I want to show you what actually matters, and if you're tired of being stuck at the 3-0, 3-5 level and want a much simpler path to improvement, this is the video for you. Let's start with the hottest shot in pickleball right now, the two-handed backhand. But before we do, if you're a beginner or intermediate player, this channel is for you. Do yourself a favor and click the subscribe button below because we make new videos each week specifically tailored to the things that you're struggling with to help you get to the 4-0 skill level and beyond. So back to the biggest lie in pickleball, that you have to keep up with the way the game's changing in order to excel to a higher level. The two-handed backhand is a great example. 5 years ago, hardly anybody used it. The paddles were smaller in tennis, the handles are shorter, and the two-handed backhand wasn't really part of the conversation. Then some players started figuring it out. Paddle technology improved, handles got longer, tennis players entered the sport, and suddenly the two-handed backhand was the shot that everyone wanted. Now it feels like every other video is teaching the two-handed backhand. And don't get me wrong, it's a great shot. But here's the problem. Most players think learning the shot will somehow solve their problems, and it won't. A while back, I watched a player during open play who had a beautiful two-handed backhand. Honestly, it looked fantastic. If you watched him hit balls in warm-ups, you'd think he was a 4 or 5 player. Then the game started, and within 10 minutes, he was missing returns, popping up dinks, and speeding up balls from terrible positions. The shot looked great, but the results weren't there. Because pickleball isn't won by having one impressive shot. It's won by consistent and smart play. I've won a lot of matches against players with better shots than me, and chances are you've lost to players who didn't look particularly impressive either. Why? Because consistency beats flash almost every time. So if you're spending hours worrying about the two-handed backhand, but still struggling with your drops, dinks, and volleys, you're focusing on the wrong thing. The question isn't, what new shot should I learn? The question is, what shot am I still not executing consistently? That's where improvement lives. Here's another trap from the biggest lie in pickleball. Most players are constantly collecting information. A new YouTube video, a new drill, a new strategy, a new tip from their buddy, a new technique they saw at open play. And none of it connects together. It's like trying to build a house with random pieces from 10 different construction manuals. No wonder people feel overwhelmed. I remember coaching a player who told me, Dustin, I feel like I know a lot about pickleball, but I don't play any better. And honestly, that's one of the most common frustrations I hear, because information isn't the same thing as a specific plan for improvement. You don't need more information. You need a system. Imagine you're standing on the baseline. You hit your return. Now what? Most 3-5 players are guessing. Should I drop, drive, lob, attack, reset, speed up? They're trying to make decisions in real time, and that's where mistakes happen. The best players don't think like that. They follow a system, a repeatable process, something that tells them, when this happens, I do this. When I'm here, I hit this shot. When the ball comes fast, I respond this way. That's why higher level players often look calm. They're not necessarily more talented, they just are less confused. And when you're less confused, you become a more consistent player, which is exactly why we spend so much time helping players with a simple framework inside the 4-0 Accelerator. Because when the game becomes predictable in your mind, it becomes easier on the court. This next lesson changed my game years ago. Most players walk onto the court looking for opportunities to end points. Better players walk onto the court trying not to lose them. Or better put, to force your opponents to hit a loser instead of you hitting a winner. That's a massive difference. I remember playing in a local tournament years ago. One opponent stood out immediately. Big swing, huge drives, lots of energy. Every ball looked like he was trying to finish the point in a singles game. For the first few rallies, I thought, man, this guy really hits the ball hard. Then the match continued and something became obvious. He wasn't winning points. He was the one ending points. Low percentage drives going to the net or out of bounds. Meanwhile, my partner and I kept putting balls back. One more shot, one more drop, one more dink, one more reset. Eventually the errors piled up and we won comfortably. Not because we were spectacular, but because we survived longer. Most 3-5 players dramatically underestimate how valuable survival is. Every extra ball you keep in play increases the chance your opponent makes a mistake. Every extra shot creates pressure. Every extra rally forces another decision. And most amateur players eventually crack. You don't need to hit winners. You need to stop donating points with unforced mistakes. That's a completely different mindset. Now this last one sounds terrible, but it works. Become boring. Not boring to watch, boring to play against. You know the players everyone hates playing? The ones who never miss? The ones who always seem to be in position? The ones who make every point feel exhausting? The ones who don't give you free points? Those players aren't usually flashy, they're usually boring, but they usually are winning. Years ago, I played against a father-son duo who looked completely average. No huge weapons, no crazy athleticism, no highlight reel shots, nothing special. But one by one, they knocked everyone out of the bracket and won the gold medal. All the other players were talking about them because they were so unassuming, but they never missed. Every ball came back. Every drop landed. Every dink had purpose. Every shot was disciplined. And after a while, you start pressing, trying harder, forcing things, taking risks, and that's when the errors happen. Funny thing is, most players want to be exciting. But the players who win are often the boring ones because boring is repeatable, boring is reliable, boring persists under pressure, and boring wins. Now, if you've been watching this and thinking, that's exactly my problem, I keep chasing new shots, I keep overthinking, I keep trying random things, but nothing seems to stick, then you're probably closer to 4-0 than you think. Because your problem isn't talent, it's focus. Most players don't need more shots, they need a better plan. They need somebody to show them exactly what matters, exactly what doesn't, and exactly what to practice. Because once you stop trying to learn everything, improvement gets dramatically faster because you're focusing on what really matters. That's why we created the 4-0 Accelerator. Not to teach you 50 different shots, not to overload you with information, not to turn pickleball into a full-time job, although if you have the time, that would be a lot of fun. The goal is to simplify the game, to help you master the fundamentals that actually move players from 3-0 and 3-5 to confident 4-0 level play. When you book a call using the link below, we'll look at your game, identify what's holding you back, and offer our step-by-step path to 4-0 when you join the program. If you're serious about finally breaking through 3-5 and becoming the player that your partners trust instead of target, click the link below and book a call. We'll talk about your experience, we'll identify why you're stuck, and if it looks like a good fit, we'll show you how the 4-0 Accelerator works. Just understand this, the program isn't for everyone. It's for players who are serious about improvement, players that are willing to put in the time, players who are willing to follow a proven system, and players who want to reach 4-0 and beyond. Because we already have the roadmap, you just need to follow it. So if you want to learn more about the 4-0 Accelerator, just click below to book a call. And if you watch this video but aren't totally convinced about the roadmap, click right here for the 3 tools that you need for pickleball improvement.